Smallville. We're on season 1, episode 18. It's called Drone. So, guys, of course, I can't wait to see this next episode. Last episode was the Reaper episode with a guy named Tyler. Tyler basically went around putting people out of their misery, generally old people. But I don't know. It's like when I thought about after watch the episode, I get it what he was feeling because his mother was suffering. He saw how his mother was suffering. His mother wanted him to basically put her out of her misery. So after he tried to basically smother her, doctors came around, they pulled him off, and then suddenly he fell over out the window and died. He thought that his mother was dead the whole time. So he went around basically putting other people out of their misery because he was in pain, how he's feeling about what happened to his mother. His mother was alive the whole time. Basically at the end of that episode when Clark took him to see his mother, he was at peace, but he felt terrible what he's done. And you could definitely tell that he was a good dude. He was just he's just in the wrong place in the wrong time. And he touched his hands and he killed himself right there. Another part of the episode I loved was with Lex and Jonathan. You can see how they're talking, and when Jonathan gave him validation of what he's done, definitely for the football stadium. Lex felt great about that. He's like, wow, because he said you did a great job for Whitney's father, and it was just you could definitely tell from Lex's eyes. He said, "Man, this means a lot that it's coming from you. I can't believe that you're actually saying this to me." Because Jonathan did. I mean, he doesn't really like the Luthers because of their past, and I get that. But Lex has been really persistent on trying to change Jonathan Kent's mind. And you can definitely see that throughout the episode as well. You could definitely tell that Whitney was definitely happy seeing his father at the game, and I was really happy for him as well. But anyway, guys, I just can't wait to see this next episode. But before this video begins, guys, I want to thank Daniel for sponsoring this video through the Patreon page. Make sure you just go on the page to get the full reaction on there, and also support the channel as well. Other than that, guys, let's get into this next episode for Smallville.
Hey, Sasha, say something presidential.
Well, Chloe, slow down. The election hasn't even started yet. What do you think Sasha's chances are?
Well, she knows the most about student government. She's worked her way up. She's on a ton of committees, but she's more of a worker than a leader.
How about Paul?
He's certainly the most qualified, but elections aren't about merit, they're about popularity. Head cheerleader and president of the drama club. That definitely gives her an edge, not to mention that she's also really hot.
I saw you taking Sasha's picture. Why haven't you taken mine? For the record, I plan on running photos and bios of all the candidates.
What about the editorial? You can only endorse one candidate, so...
Want to avoid the pain and humiliation of losing? Drop out now.
Oh my god, her attitude sucks. Something's gonna happen, of course. Those are the bees, oh my god. She's not seeing all that? Ow. Oh my god, that sounds disgusting. They're in the drain. Someone's controlling those bees.
That's gotta be my all-time worst nightmare. I get stung by one bee, I swell up like a grapefruit, but over 100?
Question is, how'd they get into Paul's bathroom?
That's really gonna shake up our class election.
Not really. I mean, Paul's name is still on the ballot. He wouldn't have to take office until the fall, so he could recover by then.
Anyway, there's a new candidate on the horizon who I think's really gonna make things interesting.
What have you done?
I see a big future ahead of you in politics, Clark. Fuck, you've got the whole package. Looks, brains, and that whole farm boy charm.
Why would you do that?
Did I mention all you gotta do is show up, shake a couple of hands, give an election speech? It's easy.
Oh my
We wonder why
god.
our politicians aren't great leaders.
Look like you could use some help.
No, I'm fine.
Who do you work for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If I toss these into the woods, you really are gonna need a tow truck.
Carrie Castle. I'm a staff reporter for the Metropolis Journal.
I don't grant interviews, Miss Castle. I spent the better part of my life taking back entrances to avoid
Damn,
people
Lex
like you.
is slick.
Just listen. I want to write an article about you. Promise it will be fair and accurate, and will give you the legitimacy you need to get out from behind your father's shadow.
Launching my career and conveniently your own. I admire the effort, Miss Castle, but I have to decline.
She thought she had it in the bag.
I know. Some men are born to greatness, others are dragged into it, kicking and screaming.
Clark, why are you running? You've never shown any interest in student government.
Where it's just a gag. Pete nominated me.
So you're going to take your name off the ballot?
Yeah.
Well, good. Bad enough with the police. I hear she's throwing a pre-election bash with a band and catering. She's trying to buy this election like one of her Prada bags.
Oh, she is pissed.
Talk about tightly wound.
Wow. Place is,
Empty. Deserted. Vacant.
Senior's been trying to put us out of business ever since we opened.
Oh god. I bet it's her with those bees. It's gotta be her. Oh yeah, she's nuts.
Who do they think they are? Ah! Not now. I have work to do.
Knew it. That's creepy.
So how's political life treating you?
It's definitely a challenge. It shows you who your real friends are.
How's your speech going?
I haven't started writing it yet.
Maybe I could help you with that. Come by tomorrow night. We can work on it.
Really?
Glad to see business is booming.
It's hard when even your regular customers blow you off.
I haven't been blowing you off, Lana. I've had my eye on the situation.
Waiting for me to fail.
Most new ventures don't make it. You have to prepare yourself for that possibility.
I thought you didn't like to lose.
I don't. But it's not my fight. You want to hold on to this place, you need to get creative. Be willing to get your hands dirty.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'm not suggesting anything illegal. To quote The Godfather, it's time to go to the mattresses.
That movie should be banned from basic cable.
Can I talk to you a minute?
You've got 55 seconds left. Go.
I've made a decision.
You're planning on dropping out.
No, I've decided you need to drop out.
Trust me. That's not gonna happen. In case you haven't heard, I'm the front runner.
That's because these drones wouldn't know a qualified candidate if they saw one.
You know what? You're a freak.
Okay, have it your way.
They're both weird.
But just remember, I did ask nicely.
That is weird. Why would you ask that?
Gabby, you're the best part of my day.
Thank you, Mr. Luther.
You're not Gabby.
She couldn't make it.
I think now would be a good time for you to leave, Miss Castle.
Man, Miss
People
Castle
always
came
do what
right
you
in.
say. I thought you said you appreciated persistence. Besides, aren't I doing a good job?
Lucky for you.
It took a while to figure out what would tempt you.
A little lower. Let me guess. Your editor promised you your own column if you land me.
Imagine how appreciative I'd be.
Please, Chandler, what's the problem?
Oh my god! Ew. That girl is crazy.
Go for Clark.
Now she's gonna go after Clark.
I just heard about Felice.
Weird, huh?
Sometimes things just happen for a reason. She didn't care about this election as much as me.
She wasn't my favorite person, but no one deserves that.
Well, the good news is you don't have to run anymore. Well, with Felice out of the picture, the best thing you can do is let me run things.
What about democracy? Don't you believe people should have freedom of choice?
Look, Clark, I really need this.
You wouldn't happen to know how those bees wound up attacking Paul and Felice, would you?
Are you accusing me of something, Clark?
I just find it interesting that a swarm of bees would attack two candidates in this election.
Yeah. Here comes bees.
Did you hear that?
Fuck! Get in!
Good. Wow, that is insane. Wasn't there a girl in like The Flash that controlled bees? Yeah, Sasha is insane.
You, wanted to see me?
I've decided to drop out of the election.
Good. I'm glad you finally made the right decision. School needs a strong leader. Now they'll have one.
You'll do anything to make sure that happens, including putting your opponents in the hospital.
I see what this is. You haven't dropped out at all.
I know you're behind the attacks.
So, what are you gonna do, Clark? Even if the police believe you, they can't stop me. It's you want, isn't it? That's why you lured me here.
What are you doing?
Teaching you that politics is all about sacrifice.
Where are you sending them?
You may be thick-skinned, but what about your mother?
That she is crazy. Oh my god. Come on, Clark.
Mom, you okay?
Yeah, thanks. I've never seen bees attack like that.
How'd you get here? What about your mom?
My mom's fine. It's over, Sasha.
No, it's not. I still have a speech to make. And just remember, if you try and stop me, I'll be in front of an auditorium full of people, and you know what I can do to them.
You have to stop this.
I have to win, Clark. My parents told me there are two kinds of people in this world, leaders and followers, and they expect for me to be a leader, and that... Ow! What's happening?
Oh. Damn. Yeah, they turned on her.
I can't believe Felice and Sasha both dropped out and you still lost. Where did I go wrong?
We ran a good campaign, Pete. We had fun.
I'm glad he
met some new people, and we have enough T-shirts to last a lifetime.
Hey, sorry about the election.
My father says you learn more about yourself when you lose.
What did you learn?
I'm not destined to be a politician. You need two different personalities.
You don't need to be an elected official to change the world, Clark.
Have you ever thought about getting into politics?
Someday I'd like to be president.
In that case, you can have your slogan back.
It's okay. You can keep it.
Probably know better, but I had to hear this. You won't mind if I record our conversation for both of our protection, of course?
Feel free. But I only asked you here to congratulate you.
Let me guess, this is where you try and blackmail me into changing my story?
But I wouldn't dream of blackmailing you or making you change a word. You could run your fair and balanced article word for word if you like, Miss Castle. Or you could show up to work tomorrow and walk into a corner office. Choice is yours. If someone ever tries to blackmail you, now you'll have something to hide.
I don't know if you're better or worse than your father.
What are you going to tell him when he finds out you killed the article?
I'll tell him I got an offer I couldn't refuse.
I'm not sure I liked what I did, you know, playing dirty with the beanery.
Maybe the mattress isn't for you.
Felt I had to choose between doing the right thing and being successful. Kind of enjoyed being underhanded.
Lana Lang, seduced by the dark side? Who would have thunk?
Did you ever finish your speech?
Yeah. Not that anyone will ever hear it.
I could hear it. Speech.
Father always says that we learn life lessons whether we win or lose, so I hope that my worthy running mates will...
I like that speech already. Okay, guys, a great episode for Smallville. Wait, okay. Sasha reminds me of that girl from The Flash. I think it was The Flash, where that girl was controlling bees. Is that the same girl? Someone got to tell me that, or I could look it up, or whatever I have to do, but that's what it seems, because I'm like, I swear we saw someone controlling bees. I don't know, man. I gotta see if those are the same people, because they seem similar. Like, they're crazy. They're both really, like, the way she was in this whole episode. She was just nuts. She really was nuts. She's going up to candidates saying, you gotta drop out. That one girl, the blonde girl, oh my God, that was the worst one. Like, the way, like, all the bees are covering her face, and I was like, oh my God, she's just crazy. I gotta wonder if they are the same people. I gotta see, because I swear I remember that from The Flash. I was not expecting Clark to run for president. Obviously, Pete was the one that did. He forced him in there. Chloe did endorse another candidate, the candidate that won. You know, and Clark did get upset about that, but I understand Chloe's point of view and stuff. So she's a journalist. She can't be just going just for her friends. She has to think, okay, who's the best candidate to run? I'm glad that Lana's business is back up. You know, it was dead for pretty much this entire episode, and then until the end, she played pretty much dirty against the other business that, you know, her other competition. You know, found like health hazards and all that type of stuff, and it basically plummeted their business, and then she got most of their business coming back to her. You could definitely see what Lex and Miss Castle. Miss Castle was just really persistent on getting that story, basically ruining Lex's image even more. That definitely would have, you know, done that. And basically Lex gave her an offer that she couldn't refuse. Guys, please post your comments down below. Tell me what you think about this awesome episode for Smallville. Make sure you guys go on the Patreon page to get the full reaction on there, and also support the channel as well. Other than that, guys, hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next Smallville.